KSI is genuinely one of the worst examples of what YouTube has become. Whether it's the slop products, the shady crypto projects, or now leaving his friends of 13 years to become a MrBeast clone, every single this man does is for money and views. And the OG YouTubers, they saw it all along. Back in 2024, Dantdm
I love Dantdm.
crap to kids
Bro, Dantdm is my goal.
who don't know any better. Jacksepticeye backed him, saying MrBeast and all his clones were ruining YouTube. And since then, KSI has proved exactly what they were getting at. The biggest YouTubers don't care about their fans anymore, they just see them as customers. So today, we're going to break down exactly how Dantdm and a couple of other OG YouTubers were completely right about KSI. So let's go back to the 16th of September in 2024. KSI, Logan Paul and MrBeast, the three creators currently leading the how much can we sell to our audience race, they dropped their new product. Lunchly, pre-packed kids meal boxes, a direct knockoff of Lunchables but with prime hydration.
Wait, guys. Can I just say, I'm pretty sure so many people have found like mold in their lunch leaves. Like, bro, I'm pretty sure. Wait, guys, wait, I'm putting food in my mouth as if I'm not like a fat fuck. Marketed to his children because their audience is also children, like,
and Feastables and a little bit of moldy cheese. And pretty much immediately the internet looked at it and went, seriously? Because the cracks were visible right from the start. They had this whole healthier marketing claim that it's way better than Lunchables, but if you actually look at the macros, the nutrition and the ingredients, it's just a rebranded Lunchable. Sure, it might have an extra gram of protein, but that doesn't really make a difference. And pretty much the whole thing felt like three of the biggest YouTubers on the planet had teamed up to do one thing that nobody really wanted them to do: go even harder at extracting money from kids. And then in the middle of all this internet noise, one tweet pretty much shut down everything. Dantdm, one of the OG British Minecraft YouTubers with almost 30 million subscribers, someone who built an entire career.
Bro, he's my goal. I watched him like when I was a little kid.
Audience. He tweeted, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their anymore? This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them do better." Now let's talk about KSI's response, because if you're a grown man with 25 million subscribers who's worth literally tens of millions of pounds and the fellow OG YouTuber tweets at you, you'd think a response would be either ignore it and move on, or respond maturely and sensibly. But this is KSI, so what we actually got instead was a multi-week, multi-platform, completely deranged campaign aimed at dragging Dan through the mud, and somehow making KSI himself look 10 times worse in the process. Let me give you guys a brief breakdown. So firstly, he uploaded a 20-minute video right after Dan tweeted, where he tried to make himself seem like the victim. He didn't explain why the product is good and why Dan is wrong. No, the whole video was just like, oh, everybody hates us now, for no reason.
Looks like crap to me, while showing his toys that he sold to kids. How does this benefit?
Did he just hate on my goat? Okay.
Fit your fans, Dan. Now obviously people didn't realize that I was shining a mirror in his face. Instead they were like,
wait, you did the same as Dan. You made toys with Tube Heroes.
And yes, that's fair, but I'm not the one complaining.
Well, okay.
Okay, but his toys aren't moldy and consumable, hello?
Then he was talking about food, not merchandise and toys.
And I'm like, okay, sure, let's keep moving the goalposts. But okay, then I replied to this. He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience,
Oh, my bad.
Kids. Now what?
Well, you're not the victims, it's because you guys are 3 very rich YouTubers who just launched a crappy product aimed at kids to extract more and more cash from them. KSI would then try to have a gotcha moment at Dan by digging up an old sponsorship Dan did with Munch Pack, a monthly snack subscription box for kids. But the thing is, Dan did one sponsored video years ago. KSI, he literally co-founded an entire brand with Logan Paul and Mr. Beast that is going to be in stores worldwide. KSI would then start going after Dan's toys, the Tube Hero figures Dan released back in 2014, a small one-off toy line. KSI dunks on them as crap, which, no offense, you sell Prime Hydration. You're not in a position to be insulting anyone.
Bro, it's really just for children, honestly, because I don't think I've once in a day in my life I was like, I want to have some Prime drink. Like, I want to drink Prime today.
Else's products range. Then a tweet which he would shortly delete, KSI called Dan a P-word and says, thanks for the free promo. I mean, class behavior from a 31-year-old multi-millionaire. No kids, no family, just pushing 40 and launching Lunchly and selling crap to kids. And weeks later, KSI is still obsessed with Dan as he is still talking about him. He drags Kai Cenat's McDonald's deal into it as a comparison, then started talking about Tom. He drags Kai.
So that's different because McDonald's, everyone knows McDonald's. McDonald's? Who doesn't want to collab with McDonald's? Who doesn't want to be sponsored? Bitch, I want to be sponsored by McDonald's. Bro, give me a McDonald's sponsorship. I eat that shit every day of my life. Talk about some, oh my goodness, bro.
And that's McDonald's deal into it as a comparison. Then started talking about Tom Holland's alcohol-free beer brand. And by this point, K was just listing famous people who he knows that have sponsorships, which really wasn't moving anyone. And then the most embarrassing moment of it all, KSI posts what looks like an apology link, but when you actually click through the link, it just takes you to his new song, The Thick of It. So yeah, he used the entire Dantdm situation to promote a single. And weeks later, on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, he said that part of the reason he kept the drama going was as a marketing strategy for his music. So it just shows you how much of a classy act KSI is. He was constantly attacking Dan and milking the beef for views. So to put it in perspective, Dan put out one tweet with a genuine concern, and in response, KSI made multiple videos, multiple tweets, brought up Kai Cenat, Tom Holland, called Dan an insult in a tweet, faked an apology link for a song, and then admitted on a podcast that he was doing all of this for the purpose of marketing. If this doesn't tell you everything you need to know about KSI and who he is as a person, I don't even know what to tell you. And you might be asking, how was Dan responding to all of this? Well, he wasn't at all. For weeks, while KSI was running the most embarrassing PR campaign of his career, Dan just didn't tweet about it, didn't make a video, didn't engage, just kept on going with life as normal, and I think he was just looking after his kid, like just normal adult stuff. Eventually, months later, Dan finally addressed it on the Shut Up I'm Talking podcast, and the way he handled it was pretty funny. He just said it was funnier not to engage, which makes sense.
I couldn't be bothered to like fight. Like he loves the whole back and forth. That's what the whole boxing stuff's about. Wants, like I get it, I understand it, but it was funnier to not feed into it because
it's exhausting.
You just watch it happen. It was fun. I think some of it as well was interesting where I think he thought like it was all my fans going for him when actually I don't
it was
think
his
that
fans.
was the case.
No, it was the internet.
It was funny as well. My wife was always like, just think before you tweet. That was one time I didn't really think too much before tweeting. Usually I'll type it out and be like, no, I can't bother, delete it. So and then I didn't tell her for like 3 days, and she's not on Twitter really. So I didn't tell her. And then I kept getting notifications from my phone. I was like, oh, Logan Paul's responded. Jimmy's messaged you. KSI's responded. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to mention something now. She was like, oh, well, I agree with you, but maybe you should just not stoke the fire anymore. I was like, okay, that's fair. Just one of them moments where I was like, oh no, it's actually getting out of hand.
You see KSI melting down and dragging this beef out, and you know he wants.
I'll be right back, guys. I want to get another snack.
views, but you're not going to give that to him. And then you just see him crashing out on Twitter, on YouTube. It just makes him look like such a psycho. And then we've got to talk about Jacksepticeye's involvement, because it was a big moment. Jack has 31 million subscribers and has been around since the early Markiplier and PewDiePie era, just making simple gaming videos with a crappy webcam. And he said, you mess with Dantdm, you mess with YouTube. And it carried a lot of weight because Jack isn't someone who tweets about beef. He's not into drama, he's not chasing engagement, so when he does speak up, it actually means something, especially as he has a massive loyal fan base. And it wasn't out of nowhere, because a year earlier, Jack had been on a podcast where he laid out his exact problem with where the platform was heading. He said YouTube became about views, money, and popularity over fun, and then spoke about the MrBeast effect. Everybody who copies him is putting YouTube in a weird spot.
I'll be honest about that and be like, yeah, I don't like the videos. And then it was like, do you think he ruined YouTube? And I said yes, which I mean, I don't really think Mr.
Okay, but the thing is, right, YouTube used to be like Smosh, like Jaden Animation, the Odd Ones Out. This is the people I used to watch, Dantdm. They make this shit, they do this shit for fun. Like, it was all for shits and giggles to entertain people. Cause, like, really, what was YouTube all about? To make people happy, to make, like, why am I even streaming? I'm streaming to 0 people. Like, obviously, I'm just doing this shit for fun, for shits and giggles, but they do it for money. I mean, I won't lie. Yes, it would be nice if I could make some money off of it. I'm dead broke. I'm actually surviving on everything inside my fridge, and it's not shit I buy, cause yikes, I'm broke. Okay, guys, it's rice, chicken, and salmon.
Ruined YouTube. By saying that, I mean, I think everybody that copies him is kind of putting YouTube in like a weird spot. And if anything, YouTube have ruined their own platform, not MrBeast outwards.
It's me.
Now, Jack, a completely unrelated question. Do you like MrBeast?
No.
Jack, do you think MrBeast ruined YouTube?
Yes.
Now, in all honesty, Jack, why?
Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
And now let's think about it. In 2026, KSI is literally that person. He left the Sidemen, his friends, for 12 years to do MrBeast format style content and trying to become the next IShowSpeed and trying to surpass MrBeast.
To do with YouTube, I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. I had to keep up with a persona that was just so taxing on me and my general well-being, to be honest. And I don't know, but in my opinion, YouTube has changed a lot. I don't believe it's about the you in YouTube anymore. Gone are the days where people would just make videos for fun. Now it's all about people making videos for monetary gain. YouTubers now have directors, editors, cameramen, and other things to help them out. Whereas before, it was only the YouTuber that would do that themselves. That essentially is the game right now. That is the YouTube game. That's how you remain relevant nowadays. And personally, I just don't want to be a part of that game anymore. From now on, I'm going to be making content that I want to put up. I just hated how YouTube became like a chore for me, having to always keep up with these bullshit trends and shit. I started making videos because that's what I wanted to do. Like, from the beginning, it was just fun for me. I just enjoyed doing it. So I feel like I want to end doing videos that I want to do, rather than doing videos that people want me to do. I'm trying to compete with Jimmy, MrBeast.
Yeah.
And he gets about 4 billion every month in shorts and about 600 million long form. I mentioned Sidemen Boys, I'm gonna get more subscribers than Sidemen, and I'm also gonna get more views than Sidemen. So I got more views than Sidemen in a month. So now I just need to get more subscribers. Yeah. And then it's just keep it up. And then it's like, all right, cool. I'm looking at Speed now. I need to try and get more views than Speed. And then after Speed, who's next? Yeah. Until I get to Jimmy. And then it's like, yeah, me and Jimmy going back to back.
Every single thing Jack was warning about a year before Lunchly even existed, KSI has now become that exact thing. And the biggest issue with YouTubers like KSI who try to extract money and clout out of every situation, it's never a one-off. There's a pattern that goes way deep.
Bro, if I ever get famous or like shit like that, I don't ever want to become like this type of person. Like, to be just looking at, okay, yes, looking at, no one can help looking at like numbers, right? But to make it all about numbers and all about this type of shit, it just like, I don't know. I just don't want to become that type of person. If I do, I think I'm just gonna get off. Like, I just need to like hop off, like take a break forever. Cause if I ever get to that point and then all I care about is that and nothing else, I don't think not even think. I don't want to be that type of person. I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? Thank you.
But then just a little snack box. For example, in late 2024, a clip from a Vicstar interview went viral, and in it, Vic drops what is genuinely one of the most scary pieces of behind the scenes Sidemen content or information ever leaked.
Has there ever been something that's gone so far down the line and then last minute you've got, this just isn't going to work, we need to sack this?
NFTs.
NFTs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This was KSI in his KSI crypto era, and we got this big shiny presentation for the Sidemen NFTs, one of 10,000.
Wow.
And NFT projects, especially back then, were like, launch the NFT project, make $20 million that day. What happens afterwards? Everyone should make money, but if they don't, who cares? You made 20 mil. And we had this big like deck, and like JJ thought it was the best idea, and then the other guys were like unsure, and I was like, I will not let this happen. So I had to like do a detailed breakdown of every reason why I thought it was a bad idea. Because I was like, I want to kill this dead now, because I do not want there to be a Sidemen NFT.
Yeah.
I do not ever want to make millions of dollars at the direct expense of fans getting nothing for it. A useless token online. And also with the way we've got a bunch of businesses, like if you effectively scam people or like fuck them over with one business, everything else loses credibility.
Apparently, back when crypto and NFT was popping, KSI brought a full deck to the Sidemen, pitching them launching their own NFT project. And of course, KSI can't think 3-6 months ahead or a year ahead, because as Vic said, what happens afterwards? Everyone should make money, but if they don't, who cares? You made 20 mil. This is the exact mindset Dantdm and Jacksepticeye were calling out with their tweets and videos. Sell the audience, take the money, and move on. I mean, just look at KSI's best buddy, Logan Paul. He launched CryptoZoo, one of the biggest crypto scam projects from an influencer, taking hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not
Now, don't let me get started on Logan Paul. No.
millions from fans who were promised a game and they could make money off it. And have they? No. And they still haven't received a refund, and now he's trying to sue CoffeeZilla. It's so pathetic. And the worst part is, Vicstar literally had to fight with a detailed counter presentation to stop his own friend from launching a project that would have destroyed the Sidemen's reputation. Now, speaking of CryptoZoo, KSI wasn't involved and it wasn't his project. But when Logan was at his lowest point, when the refund program was being exposed as a massive con that only paid back a tiny percentage to the victims and waived their right to sue, guess who jumped in publicly to defend him? KSI tweeted, "What will the haters say now?" And then doubling down, "I'm always gonna wanna back my friends and give them the benefit of the doubt." You're backing your friend while he's actively in court getting hammered with community notes and expose videos, and the refund only covers 12% of the damages. It's just so stupid.
If you ask me, I think KSI tried to use his influence to move the market for himself in crypto through a few pump and dumps. He may have lost all his money eventually in a Ponzi scheme, but that does not make what he did okay. In fact, I think it's fair to say that a lot of his followers, we saw that, he influenced millions of dollars in trading volume, went into some coins that are now doing very poorly. But ultimately, I think the true piece of cosmic irony for KSI here, though, is that he would have gotten away with all of this. No one would have known about any of it if he just hadn't logged back into Twitter.
This is the same KSI who, by the way, would later use the press to plan a hit piece on his Sidemen friends in 2026. So this whole loyalty argument doesn't even hold up internally. He picks whenever he wants to be loyal. Loyal to Logan when he's getting sued, disloyal to his Sidemen friends of 13 years when leaving them benefits him personally.
Oh, hell no. You're friends of 13 years. How fickle must you be to, like, straight up just say fuck you to your friends of 13 years? Just for money? For money? Bro, those people been with you when you had no money. But when you have money, you finna throw them away like that. That's crazy.
So far we've got a Sidemen NFT, CryptoZoo defense, Lunchly, Prime, and then abandoning the Sidemen. There is a lot of moments where KSI either tried to extract money from...
And then I'll link this in the description below. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe.
young fans, defended someone else doing it, or simply did something that only benefited him. And it's important to point this out because this is exactly what makes the new YouTubers different from the old YouTube. Dan, Jack, or Markiplier, they're not anti-business. They all have merch, they all do brand deals, but the content is the product. The merch and sponsorships are just extras. Dan made Minecraft videos for 10 years before launching Tube Hero figures, and the figure costs like £15 and a one-off drop. That's not something you would class as predatory. That's just a creator trying to make a little bit extra on the side. Something that actually made sense. But what KSI, Logan and MrBeast are doing is completely different, because it seems like they don't even see their audience as fans or a community. It's just a market. Extract as much as you can from them. And I think him leaving the Sidemen in 2026 tells us a lot about him, and ultimately he proved Jacksepticeye and Dantdm completely right, because every single thing those two were warning about has not only continued, it's gotten way worse. So as I just said,
oh my god, wait, KSI fans, don't cancel me. Y'all probably ain't gonna see this. Don't cancel me though. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. Oh my god, wait, never mind. My first cancellation. Ooh, my first time getting canceled.
left the Sidemen, the group that pretty much built him. The friends he's had for over a decade gone to chase content like MrBeast. And to make it even worse, KSI's team plants a hit piece in a Daily Mirror trying to drag down the Sidemen's reputation through the mud. Pals say he was frozen out. Pals say the Sidemen were happy when he got knocked out by Tommy Fury. The whole thing, it's a PR job aimed at protecting KSI's brand at the cost of his oldest friend's reputation.
Okay, no, like, those are your friends though. You've known them since for 13 years. You've known them for 13 years and you're trying to snake them like this? No, that's green. Oh, use a snake.
So why did he actually leave? Well, he said it was because it was burnout and he wanted more time to himself and to spend more time with family. But if you actually look at some interview clips from a couple of months ago, well, here's a clip of him ranking the creators he wants to surpass: the Sidemen, IShowSpeed, and MrBeast. So yeah, that's KSI's reason: memorize stats and tournament style strategy to overtake his closest friends. Then, obviously, the biggest creator on the earth. That's not burnout, that's not family time, and that's not I need a break. This is him purposely abandoning his friends and disguising it as a personal decision. And let's go back to Jack's quote.
Nah, catch me acting like that actually slime me out, because what if my mother, I never act like that, like, and if I do, and if ever one day I slime my friends out like that for money, for fame, bro, what's at the top when you got no one else beside you? What's at the top when everything you care about, when all the people you care about aren't there? Like, I'd rather forever have no chatter, have no one in my stream, have no one watching me except my friends, than to act like this, than to be such a snake. He's a snake.
Quote one more time.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody who copies him is putting YouTube in a weird spot. KSI is literally that person. Jack predicted this entire archetype and KSI literally became it. I mean, how ironic that Dantdm and Jack were both beefing him and literally predicted the person he would become. And it's just sad how KSI didn't reflect, didn't grow, and didn't do better. He doubled down. It's just so sad because old YouTube, the YouTube with Dan, Jack, and Markiplier or PewDiePie, it was a place where the content was the actual fun part. People did weird, fun, creative stuff because they loved it. Brand deals happened here and there, but it wasn't the whole point. And KSI now, well, he represents what the new YouTube is, where every video is a funnel. So yeah, Dan and Jack were right, and they will probably continue being right for the foreseeable future, because I'm sure KSI is soon going to launch a product selling something to kids that is way worse. So let me know guys' thoughts in the comments. Were Dan and Jack right, or was it just a coincidence? Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Everything I said was alleged, but W video. I'll put the link in the description, and like and subscribe if you guys like me. Like and subscribe, guys.